Lieutenant Colonel Danny Davis joins us right now, Defense Priorities Senior Fellow, military expert. Colonel, what did you think of the way this whole thing was handled, particularly with the French?
Yeah, I don't think we handled it very well. I wish we had done better. There certainly was plenty of opportunity to do that privately before anything, developed as far as it did. On the other hand, the deal was, in America's interest, and the only reason this thing came to pass is because the French, who signed this deal, I think about 5 years ago, for a less capable submarine for Australia, had horrible cost overruns. It wasn't producing anything. It wasn't going anywhere. So it's just and reasonable that they would want to upgrade to better equipment and a relationship with the United States and the UK on something that's directly national security related to Australia. So the deal makes sense. The way we handled it didn't.
Got it. Colonel, what did you make of the president's, I think 40-plus minute remarks in which he not once mentioned China by name?
Well, it's a diplomat. It's the UN General Assembly. So I think that, more diplomatic language is probably appropriate there, though he did pretty strongly imply things about China and talk about what we're going to do and how we're going to defend America's interest. But I don't think it's really useful for him to be bludgeoning China by name, especially at the UN General Assembly.
So that relationship, which seems now, taxed a little bit with the concerns that Evergrande up, China's big real estate concern that could be on the verge of going belly up. I'm sure through intermediaries and other sources, we've been working with the Chinese, you would think, about what their next step will be, if anything. But China has been pretty much sticking to its guns not to bail out the company. This on top of other things it's done that make you question whether it will stand by the companies right now. It's punished many of them. And I'm just beginning to see a pattern here. Does that pattern worry you?
Well, I think it's the same pattern that we've seen almost in any category you want to talk about with China. They're going to take whatever action they deem, whether it's in the diplomatic sphere, the military sphere, or in the business sphere, that is in their interest. And they will push back and they will suppress things when they think it benefits them. And they'll be opened up in areas where they think that also benefits them, because like it or not, for anybody, whether the U.S. and China like or dislike or even hate each other, has to be a secondary issue because we rely on each other for a lot of business in both directions. And I think the United States needs to keep its focus on the two most important things, which is that we need to prevent any unnecessary war with China and maximize our economic potential in relation to them.
Colonel, very good seeing you again. Thank you very much.
Always my pleasure. Thanks, Neil.